free SHS does not need review, but improvements. This headline is based on anything that you do, and I quote, there will be areas that need improvements. Improvements, we can look to train teachers and make sure that teachers are well prepared to teach for better learning outcomes. When questioned about the possibility of parents paying for boarding while education remains free, Dr. Educhu firmly responded in the negative, stating, quote, no, we just have to improve the learning outcomes and ensure that the investment is worth their while of Ghanaians so that they know that their taxes are being used to their benefit, and we are bridging the gap between the rich and the poor. Now, asemwa minister yakin matena se adwene ho a mentiasie say free SHS enya review but improvements. Anya bia one year review a obehunu ba bia wo se o improve policy nana. Say 1 year review a obeye den e na wo hunu ba bia e wo se wo this improvement no ekọ. Check the meaning of review for me, Mask. Say obi ka se reviewer no patch resen. Na ade na kwa say that word review aban we mpeso obeti. From the president to the minister of education, the word review aban we mpeso obeti. It's as if the word review is negative. It's as if it means your cancellation. It's as if say your review policy na na chese policy ye ye free wo ye twam wo ye mfam ba biem. Is it because John Mahama used the word review? But in Komona Yedi about education, it is not about NPP or NDC. So free SHS, edimu senior mampani, esusu no ne ye juma senior wasi ya Ghana and a benefit. Now there have been several calls, and I'm going to list stakeholders in education and individuals as well, statesmen in this country. Woman na kase yen sign your new share policy ni biom. Review means what?
Look at again.
Review as such as
yeah, I was say okoka review za word your friend review ya.
Yeah.
Ewe wakwa kofa be ko sibroni kasa. Enye Ghana for your kasa. Was say look at again.
Look at again.
Examine again.
Examine again.
Appraise critically.
Appraise critically.
Hold a review of
or the sentences amount.
Yes. Refresh once it could be. So it is basically look at again.
Review. Assessment.
Appraise.
Appraise. Obia ye adwuma ye no appraiser.
Exactly.
Me bacho brofo a menia mask a chire mu nyina ne se ye mu ponko sanhwe ne biem.
Enye kotugu.
Dabi enye kotugu enye twam enye jai. Ni nyina ne se ye nsanhwe policy ni biem se sene yesusu ye no se ebeye adwuma no saa na eye adwuma na na baby achia kwan me ne etene no baby aye mre ekwan me ne ehye kena baby wo ho a ye betimi asesa asakra ni ana ye ye free ho ana. Who doesn't review? Who doesn't conduct review? In our homes we review. Abusuam hia afe etimi tenase ehwe afe ni mu ne abusuadi si wo mani so ahwese yensa kan churches a review, corporate organizations a review strategies, a review corporate strategies. we appraise workers. Unfo bi adwuma mu a now our probation anampo krampo so awie ni probation po a periodically supervisors and human resource managers conduct review of your work. Adwuma na yade ama wo no why adwuma no for some time yehwe say KPIs key performance index na yade si wo say when yehwe ni mu wo say be results no anya bia wa meet target no wantimi meet target na ede na ko chiwunti a wantimi meet target no wo hia training bi and wantimi aye adwuma ni yie wo hia resources bi challenge ne saying wo capacity deficit bi. This is review, and review leads to improvement. And to the education minister now what's the policy ni here review ni here improvement I say oh can you manafra that is contradictory unless the education minister has a different understanding of review. But this word review appears to be a word this government doesn't want to hear. Eda John Mahama bio na no kan say ye be review ono oba obe review free SHS pa ana ben koko pa Mahama aka so be review free SHS di obetwam. The man didn't say or cancel it or say review, but the interpretation put to the word is that a cancellation. And which several other people have come up with the same proposal for review. Na metinasia na mi busa say what is really our focus? Ye pese ade ni ye na Ghana e benefit na e stay and answer we just want to shepherd it the way we want it. Send ye beya will be mfane sanka na yenka se yaye free SHS. Yaye yes, free SHS is good yaye na eno ano no bibia ko yiye bibia ye kama e kire din ana. Ghana National Association of Teachers NAT I call it for a dialogue to review free SHS policy. Professor Adai Mensah is on record to have called for review of free SHS policy. Educational Workers Connect, a civil society organization in education, almost review the free SHS policy. Director General of IEPA I call it for the review of the free SHS policy. Charles, headmasters here, one said this school is anymore, and managing schools. They have called for review of free SHS policy. In fact, in the third year of free SHS implementation, and a Charles, Conference of Heads of Assisted Schools, about Bontinka said 3 years of implementation of free SHS, no, and who be here say you be review. Nagat, I propose say you review free SHS. Heads of Catholic institutions have called for a review of the free SHS. Fast track and a review. No. All of these institutions, civil society organizations, individuals have called for review of the free SHS policy. Are we saying that all these people don't know what they are saying? A buying a person chiresi wa no de tintintinti near ose ye na ye na obi biara all experience bibi fufuro bia wo mu no oboa. Why are we so averse to the word review? Meanwhile, the various ministries have monitoring and evaluation departments. Omajuma pa ni saying ministry bia ewo monitoring and evaluation department. Omajuma pa anything. In fact, His Excellency the President ebo office bisa at the presidency. The late Honorable Akoto, any first appointee are holding that office, evaluation and monitoring. Why did the president create that office? Because or the policies and programs ahodo aba a wo implement na hu be hia se obi beksi akire ahwese senia de na wo se ye ne saa na eya na. And why are we? In fact, didn't the information minister tell us either 2 years ago or so, say cabinet was going to review free SHS? One year. And the question is, enti abai bibia okay with free SHS ana? We are normally institutions here, mabobobo omudin. Any the call for review of free SHS no. Anya bia ne womo kano any issues no concerns na womo work with free SHS no. Eye bosire muka. Yesin ye o twasa no. Onim se na chi achia. Enti se wo do ebo kwan. What na kura se da. E kwan ya bokwa afuom no, ya bo no different. Enye se ye hyeda se ye do ye bokwan. Na kwan ne se wo bo a because eye nwura kabu no. Wo hyeda ni line bi a wudi so e de atwa kwan no. Enti wutimi bokwan na kopi obi afuom. Na wo se wo fa nipa na afuom ansa na wakọ afuom. Wachia esa no. Enti ne otwa sa no ododo otwa kwa nanim aya na onim se na chi achia. Enti ehu hia se obi ebehwe wachi ahwe se ekwan na wo bo nenoa no ana wonam so ana achia. What is wrong with reviewing a policy? Nobody says free SHS is not good. In fact, this is one of the policies Ghana aji edimpa abrofo no refer to Ghana offering free senior high education to its people in spite of the economic challenges. And they are good. But say your reviewer, how can we sustain? Say your review free SHS na. Ebeye dey na baby a ago, baby nwa ye mre, baby a loose ends e wono, yetinya tighten ye na fa yetinya gina brane. Mun pesa aban bia beba betwa free SHS mu, and aban bi obeba so ba betwa free SHS mu no, onim ehun sunsanso. As we speak, yen share dan ye bribi in terms of the constitution to ensure say free SHS will be in finance nka. Sanka by now ya passing rebia ya ade no in a way say nobody can come and cancel this policy. But you are not reviewing the policy. And to say policy ni TSC ano, what the mrakura batan to protect it there will be challenges because we have not identified the weaknesses. We have not identified the missing links where the weaknesses are. And to wo bo ban akosi sen. Sa aban waiting tinti suban bia womu de womu sese ya no mbeye no anombeye womu mpenti obia womu mfi obia no obia be kam ya wonka womu de nyom so beye ne no anombeye no woman no etwoman ni sign improvements are hwehwe ne nya okasanka in the 3rd year of free SHS implementation. Chance forecast and review. Yes, review now. And by now, a lot of the complaints are forward and other stakeholders we probably would have addressed them. And when you review a policy, you are inviting the public to share ideas with you. And it will amaze you. Public forum on free SHS. Ideas are among for the Bible to da. Somewhat sinamu free SHS be better than it is now. But no. Political promise. Yen ye see ebeye, yen ye ti ase, yenim ye mo obi and distrate ye. Ye see ebeye ne no an ye beye tintintinti ye nti obia. That is not governance. Governance is not done in isolation. You govern with the people. Na policy na mo de buy na nyeni pa na oyete mo animu na mo de policy ne bre. The policy is meant for us, the citizenry. Now, if the citizens are talking and asking for a review, now what would the policy they bring? What's the govern? How are you governing? That is not governance. That is poor leadership. My policy a toss ye. Obia say ye. Now so be wa baby. Yen hwe na yen ka ho asem. Yesinda. Yen kase free SHS yen review. Now Ababa kase free SHS does not need review, it needs improvement. Improvement where? Minister ni chiremu I was say learning outcomes. Enti yem training teacher for a teacher for no say training say na be yan koda no performance ne be kosoro. Is that the only challenge facing free SHS? Who can't training teachers? What about resourcing the teacher? Resourcing the teacher. Now what training we na chemicals are or they chemistry. Ni na wo book mu e bi ni science lab. Equipments are will be here there experiment actually kwada na bi ni ho a. How have you empowered that teacher? The teachers are complaining because of the huge numbers. But as an education minister, you are aware. So there is a teacher to a student ratio. Enhancing effective education. By reason of this policy, the numbers have increased beyond the capacity of these teachers. How can we address such issues? We will call for review. Musida. We review them. Free SHS does not need review. Policy ben ayen review. Enunti ena yen policies bebre enya sustainable. Yen policies bebre enya sustainable. Yet you implement over some few years. Now if you are starting in your problems, now aban for fraud, but no about watching no so for another policy or implementing for some few 3 years, 2 years. Now and also showing your problems. Now watching it because we don't evaluate, because we don't assess. Governance. I have a difficulty with the position of the education minister on free SHS and its review. And I don't think you're progressive. That stance is not progressive. Amemwono yemunu content kro. Yenu amanfo ade no yama nipa. Sa dumping of policies. Motina se na moama kwotena se no adwene ho na ne mo pesa mo ye no na moye without taking into account the views, ideas and concerns of the beneficiaries of such policies. That is the reason policies fail. We must take a bottom-up approach to policy formulation and policy implementation. A bottom-up approach. In fact, when it comes to the review of policies and evaluation of policies, we can still adopt the bottom-up approach. Where you benefiting from the policy and kasanya review, no. Because they are bearing the brunt of whatever weaknesses are in the policy. Who education minister? Policy need to implement it. What the headmaster is going through, you don't know. What the teacher is going through, you have no idea. How the policy FB impacted in Kwadano, you have no idea. Parents need to be firm regarding this policy, you have no idea. Who the only man saw the policy about and policy ni juma into what to do as soon as you are. You are not helping us. Mama Dena Kwese, it is not so much about Ghana, but to maintain a certain campaign phase. Because free SHS is NPP's flagship campaign policy. And whether it has problems or not, because it is our flagship. Nobody say it is not your flagship. Free SHS is now for Ghana. It is not now. It is not for the NPP. It is for Ghana. And Ghana sika and ye de bo free SHS ho bra. Enti ye na ye tua taxes no. Ye se ye interest nye hwade ni biemu a muntie na munye tintintinti no na Ghana nya mo dia. Ghana na ye nyina ye dia. Mo ye mo husa dia ne ye mo ye dia. O man ye dia ne pe de ye. Police nye ne obo ho ka. Mampani ye ne obo ho ka. Yesika and ye de bo free SHS wonka. And if stakeholders are calling on you, say Jack, yan shade ye biemu a muntie. Or hini a wontie futuo. Wonko check the story of Nebuchadnezzar. Or hini a wontie futuo. Na anka we dia sanka harmless. Hey, sa stakeholders amabobo mu din any individuals here amabobo mu din omo kasa ba free SHS nyina. When you read the details of the story, you say they are all praising the policy. No, none of them is saying that the policy is bad. Policy is good. However, there are issues we need to discuss. This is not anti-government. This is not anti-government. That is actually progressive. Na minister ni betimi aka kire me say fi say o call ministry hono mo on one tina senya assessment bia of on one kasa wadwuma wo ye and then your problem. Who personal life mu kura, you review decisions. You review decisions. Utimi ka so obeye we ene o kira no adwene ho aka say there be many 2 days time. That is review. You are reviewing a decision you have taken. Now wo nya de da mama mu ni na o man na ebo ho ka. Na o man ni srese ye interest nyini ade no ho a wo de wo se wonte da. Wonte so dogo bi mpomu abe. Because aja usika. Enya wo na ebo ho ka. Efri wo botomu na eba. E na wo na wo bo ho ka. Anka bai na matena se yinyema bebre afri mu. Ana se wo de nyema bi aka ho. O man no eye nyina ye dia o. Every Ghanaian who are with me, who are watching me on Facebook, every Ghanaian has equal stake. Fashion team, obi no one more ye Ghanaian echi obi. So ye Ghanaian, when ye Ghanaian pe, we have equal stake. So this country does not belong to one party. It does not belong to one individual. It does not belong to just a group of people. It belongs to all of us. Now, we will talk. Because it is not about NDC. It is not about NPP. It is about Ghana. Now, say NPP, NDC beba omefia bemo. See who? Ghana ha NPP ni NDC omoba koda. Has the nation Ghana changed? Ebi ejina na ejina ne won twetwede enti minu ya no ko bankuro mi enkasa ma Ghana na yen jai sadie na political parties ede yen education eya politics eya ping pong what dane yen nyinamu a ye table tennis match ani ejina mfimfi na ka ya tu eni kwa NDC ni atu eni kwa NPP ni atu eni kwa NDC ni atu eni kwa aba ya dane nyinamu a ye table tennis match. Boy, sa NDC, NPP, NDC, NPP, NDC, NPP, sa. But Ghana, Ghana is a table tennis board. Ghana, no, any the table tennis board. And the citizens, no. And NPP, NDC, Elbow. And NPP, NDC, NPP, NDC, NPP, NDC, NPP, NDC, sa. Kind of country is this?
Efa ho adabenti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Me ma chema dwene. And it is without malice. It is in the sole interest of this country. Me akabe me de see a be free SHS ama na gine yie ama other African countries ba be sua your model no. But you are not even ready to review and look at it to ensure that it is really what it ought to be. You are not ready. And until the policies in the Ghana for any impact, you know. Say 1D 1F 1 year review of that policy any one more year beneficiaries captains of industry business for atenase and I must share 1D 1F EBMua and kaho even the review affords the nation to know what you have done. The reason we were nice policies now so Ghana for enya ehun impact is the lack of review. Some ultimate reviewer who be a problems in the world. I didn't know you see the planting for food and jobs about and so Ghana for so month hunka. I didn't see the $1 million per constituency about and so Ghana for so who impropriate any problem no missing links no way. Na ma hwe na ma tena se oh okay anyway policy no be dey afa ne nye em say yenye ni say that is review, that is progressive thinking. Sa authoritarian tendencies na hye any democracy bi mu no munye na munye. If you are a true democrat, you must be a true democrat. Don't exhibit authoritarian tendencies. O mine nyamudia o mine ye nyina ye dia enti nyamu ye ne yese enya ye beka